So what are the 20 best or the coolest superpowers that have ever existed in anything ever? Well, I'm going to give you my list today, and just to clear up, this is going to be in my current life, not if I was just spawned into the MCU or something like that and I had to fight off like a bunch of bad guys or something.
Bad guys.
So I'm not going to just put the most OP ones at the top. I'm just simply going to be ranking the ones that I would want least to most out of 20. Obviously there is some worse superpowers than the ones on this list, but I have only included 20. So it is going from the ones that I'd want least to most out of the top 20 in my opinion. So with that being said, we're going to get straight on with it. And 20th place is going to be the ability to read minds. Now wait, a lot of you would have this much higher on your list, but I just can't see the purpose in it other than being able to play like tricks on people. Like think of a number, oh it was 47, oh how did you know that? And then I don't know, maybe you could win money from it or something, but people would just lie and say that, oh no I wasn't thinking of that. And then what are you going to say? Well actually no, I have the ability to read minds, you were thinking of that. No I wasn't. And at that point you're stuck, because how are you supposed to tell someone what they were thinking? I mean, I guess if you convince everyone that you do actually have the ability to read minds, then they would be stuck. But it's just not like too cool, it's not too useful, and it's just a bit creepy to know what people are thinking all the time. Like there's a reason you have the ability to think and talk separately, because you don't need to speak everything that you're thinking, and not everyone needs to know what you're thinking. So I just think it's kind of pointless. However, still very useful in certain situations. Now 19th, we're nabbing a power straight from Vision, and it's going to be the ability to phase through objects. Now this is for cool factor only, it's not useful in the slightest. You can walk through walls, I guess you would never have to find a door in your life again. You can fall through the floor, I mean you can't fly like Vision and go through the ceiling, but still, it's still very cool. People would be very impressed and creeped out by it. It's slightly convenient, so it definitely gets some bonus points for that, but yeah, not anything special and only ranks in 19th. Now 18th is one that again could be quite creepy, and that's going to be invisibility, but it is still very very cool, would get a lot of people very impressed, but it's not awfully useful unless you're gonna like commit crimes, and I don't know about you, but I'm not planning on doing that even if I got the ability to turn invisible. And I make the rules around here, so whatever you're holding or wearing when you turn invisible also turns invisible. Like I'm not making it that you have to strip off all of your clothes to turn invisible, or it's just like visible clothes with an invisible body, because that is so useless and it genuinely wouldn't be on the list if so. 17th, I don't know what this power would be called, but it's Tobey Maguire's like grippy hands that he has in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. So you can climb up walls, you can climb on the ceiling. Again, this one is mildly convenient and mostly cool, and that's what most of these are, to be fair. At least the lower ranking ones, they're more cool than convenient. But yes, this would be very good to be able to climb up any building, climb on the ceiling. You could sneak around anywhere so easily, and it's genuinely a really good power. And you can even use it if you were wearing gloves or something, because we know Toby can still use it when he's wearing his suit. Now 16th, we're taking it straight from Reed Richards now, and it's going to be elasticity. So yes, again, a very cool one, definitely much more convenient than most, but at the end of the day, it's not that great. Like, think about it, you can stretch your body really far and stuff like that, you can bend, you don't really break any bones because you're like elastic, which I guess is a very good point, hence why it still is in 16th, but there's not too much more to it than that. Like, you can stretch your body, I mean there's a limit on how far you can stretch, I don't know what that is, but there is one. So yeah, pretty good, not too good. Now 15th, is this a power? Because everyone that we've seen do this, I believe, has learnt it, but it's going to be illusion casting. Now classic Loki is one of the best examples of this, because he does it to such a high degree. I mean, normal Loki does it so frequently, but just Loki is the best example of it. Now clues in the name as to what it is. You cast illusions, whether that's like of yourself, of things, etc. Basically Mysterio without the drones, and if you've watched Far From Home, you know that illusions can do quite a lot. Now I make the rules on these powers, so I'm going to say that the more illusions you cast, the better you get at casting illusions, so there isn't a limit on how big of an illusion you can cast. You also have full control of when it ends, when it starts, if you pause it in the middle or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, a very cool one, could be convenient in certain situations, and something that I would definitely have a lot of fun using if I had it in my actual life. I mean, how easy would jump scares be? Now another one that a lot of people would put really high on their list would be mind control. I just think it's like so pointless. Obviously it's really, really useful. You can get anyone to do whatever you want, but why would I want to do that? That just kind of defeats the point of anything, like of you doing anything, because you can just get someone else to do it for you and they have to agree. So I feel like you definitely get bored of using it after a while. So this one scores like 10 out of 10 on convenience, and it's also probably 10 out of 10 on cool, because imagine you're just with someone and then you make someone else do something for you. But I think it would get very boring very, very quickly, and I just wouldn't want to have this above any of the things that I've got above it. Now 13th, another one from Tobey Maguire, and I've got a lot to say about this one because his use of this ability is also combined with his use of another ability, but it's going to be having the organic spider webs that come from his wrist. Now he obviously swings through the city very easily because he has super strength, but if you ever like grabbed onto a rope and then say like jumped into water, you would know that like a normal person would have the strength to swing. Yes, they would struggle, but to swing on his webs. And if I'm being honest, I would say that like my athleticism and strength is above the average person. So I think if I had the organic webs, I would be able to swing on stuff, and yes, I'd obviously get tired, but not like instantly. So I still think this power deserves its place where it is, and I'm not going to make the rules on this one so I'm automatically like strong enough to swing on these webs for like an unlimited amount of time, because that's just not how it works. Now 12 is going to be teleportation. I'm going to put it in both scenarios of Doctor Strange's portal opening, or Wong's or the Sorcerer's portal opening, and like actual just teleporting yourself somewhere instantly, because they are both forms of teleportation. So I'm going to do that because I make the rules, and I definitely feel like the portal one is better because therefore you can also teleport other people, but then we could just make the normal teleportation apply to you can teleport other people as well. But anyway, it's both forms of teleportation that comes in at 12, and I think this is a very, very cool power. Scores very, very high on the convenience, very, very high on the cool factor, so definitely deserves a place near the middle of this top 20. I mean, you'd never have to like pay for any kind of travel ever again, or any vehicle ever again, because you wouldn't need to travel. You could go anywhere you wanted, anytime you liked, and come back anytime you wanted as well. So really, really good power, and it secures its place in 12. Now 11, one that people would potentially have much higher, is going to be super speed. I don't necessarily have this here for the convenience of getting to places quicker, because obviously teleportation was just below it, but I just feel like I would enjoy running at such a high speed and like overtaking cars on roads and stuff like that, much more than just, you know, snapping my fingers and me being in Spain. So yes, it would take longer, it's more inconvenient, but the cool factor is significantly higher than being able to teleport. So I definitely think super speed deserves a spot above teleportation. Now I'm not going to have speed to a degree where I can reverse time like the Flash say, but I can move faster than every vehicle, I can run faster than every person, obviously with that, an animal as well. So yes, very, very cool. So I didn't plan to initially make this video a two-parter, but it was going to end up being like a 20+ minute video, so I decided to break it down into two parts. So with that being said, that is the end of part 1, being 20 to 11. The next one will be tomorrow, posted at around the same time, and it will obviously be 10 to 1, so make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell on so you don't miss that video. And with that being said, thank you for watching. Please do leave a like if you did enjoy, and goodbye.